We're going to do a video this morning on the number one trade. Let's go over oil real quick. I'm on oil. The first thing you do, if you're a new member or if a trial just coming in and you want to figure out how these members are 2-year members, 3-year members, we got members going over a year. We have several 3-year members in the room. Why do they have longevity in the room? Why do they have longevity, and how are they consistently profitable in the room? Well, let's go down through the check down list, what we do in the room. When we first log in, we look at this 5-minute chart. This 5-minute chart will give us direction, trend direction, whether we are chop, ATK, morning to you. They'll tell us if we are in a chop mode or a trend mode. And the easiest way to look at it is none of these charts mean anything. We look at these two moving averages. Now, I'm not a big fan of trading off moving averages because I believe moving averages are absolutely worthless in trading off of support and resistance. Only on the first test of my 50-day moving average, as I have a setup I look for. Other than that, I feel moving averages are lagging. They're worthless. And any trader that just that totally his methodology or his or her methodology is off moving averages, typically I have not seen do very well in the market. So we use the moving averages for trend direction. And the best thing to do is look at this magenta moving average, and it lets us know one thing. If it's angled up, we're in an uptrend. If it's angled down, we're in a downtrend. And then you qualify it by the moving average cross. If we have a smaller moving average that crosses over the dominant moving average, we're in a trend up. So we've been in a trend up all morning. That tells us to only buy dip. We only buy retracements. That's it. If the magenta was hard angled down with the white cross down, we'd only sell retracements. So both on gold and oil this morning, we're only net buyers. We're not net sellers. Well, we know we're net buyers this morning, but how do you get in trades? What do we wait for, and how do we do it? Well, you seen my accuracy yesterday on gold. I predicted 1396 as a low at 8 o'clock in the morning, or 8:30 in the morning, and sure enough, almost 2.5 hours later, that stops a low and it rallies 60 ticks. How do you predict that stuff? 15 minutes, half hour, hour, sometimes 2 hours like I did yesterday ahead of time. How you predict it is you use these two 5-minute charts. These are the setup charts. These 5-minute charts will let you know where LVA is, a low value area to buy, which are these green dots on the bottom left and on the trend chart, these green areas. That's how I projected 1396 to buy gold yesterday morning. Caught the exact low, went straight up for us. You know, how do you predict this stuff? Well, if you're in an uptrend, you want to buy green on the first test. If you're in a downtrend, you want to sell red, which the red caught the high at 45 with the J extension short at 45 this morning to bail on our long. But you look at these red dots and you look at these green dots. And this is called my number one trade. And my number one trade in the room is one of the easiest trades to spot. And you don't need a lot of practice to really start understanding how to trade this setup. All it is, if I'm in an uptrend, I want to buy the first test of LVA. If I'm in a downtrend, I want to sell the first test of HVA. And I predicate my trades off these dots, the bottom left chart and my trend chart. The dots right here are red dots down here and green dots on the bottom left. These will indicate volume areas or where possible resting buy orders or sell orders in the market. Okay, and then I got my red and green dots on my trend chart also that tells me that called the high here on HVA at 45 this morning to bail my long. So let's go over the setup this morning. Let's go over exactly what we do. We know that we're in a hard uptrend. So I'm looking to buy the first test of the green dots. Well, if I look at my trend chart, my green dots never hit this morning, right? All the way since 3 a.m. this morning. Never hit this one, never hit this one. But they sure did on the volume chart, didn't they? The number one trade is 2 for 2 this morning since 5:30 this morning so far. We've hit this volume area down at 5:45, had a huge rebound. We hit this volume area here at 7:15, huge trade. Let's go with the one at 7:15. It's closer to when a lot of you guys and gals got on it this morning. I saw a lot of you typing in that you got this trade that are members. And let me go over exactly how I do it. I know I'm in an uptrend. It takes me a nano of a second to realize where my trade's going to be and where my trend or chop market is. I'm in a trend. I know that in a heartbeat. I know in a heartbeat that I buy down here at just below 10. I know that I'm a buyer at 10. I know I'm in an uptrend. So what I do is I look at my 89 tick though, 89 tick as I come down to my green dots, and I qualify the trade. And here's the easiest way to qualify it. The easiest way to qualify it is I want to know, if I'm a buyer, when the sellers are going to get trapped. And the best way, Shirley, good morning. The best way to know if the sellers are going to get trapped, watch my arrow. I want to see big, long bars. I want to see these big, giant, long bars. Any professional trader or a trader that's been trading as long as I have, they know one thing. If the sellers get trapped, we rally. If the buyers get trapped, we sell off. And the best thing to look for is look for big, giant bars coming into a buy zone. I want to see these big, giant, long bars. These big, long bars indicate the sellers are getting trapped. Then I want to look for what? I want to look down and see if I have what? If I have a spinning top or doji. The spinning top or doji will let me know that I just went from big bars at key LVA down here to the bottom left, which I'm looking to buy already. I'm looking to buy it to a small bar. A small bar, I have a spinning top and a doji right at the low. Right there. Check it out. I went from big bars down to small bars. That indicates I got a possible reversal. Why is that important? Because it lets me know that the sellers are now trapped in the market. The sellers are now trapped. I'm looking for a reversal. There's your green bar reversal. You wait till it closes. You can get in at the next opening of the next bar. The market rally is beautiful. My fill was 12 this morning. I took it all the way up to HVA. I front run it by 2 ticks, at 43. 43 fill from 12 to 43 on that trade. Easy trade to spot, easy trade to execute. You can scale on your symmetry, take it to the next HVA. So the bottom line is that you can use it. You can use these LVAs and HVAs as guidelines where to buy and sell. Look at yesterday on gold. I'll go over that in a second. Gold, I had a buy at 1396. I said, we get down to 1396. It's dual confluence. It's the first test of HVA. Sure enough, comes down to 1396 a few hours later, hits exactly on the bar, and she shot straight up like a rocket ship. So you can predict this stuff ahead of time. This is not buy now, sell now, buy now, sell now. This is not all these average yahoos out there that lose 90% of the time because they're trying to buy this crossover, doing this, doing that, looking for a MAC crossover, looking for that, looking for this. They're so not in tune with the market that they don't know if they're coming or going. They're shorting now, then they're buying, then they're shorting. You don't do that. You pick about 3 or 4 spots in the market, you put the position on, you scale the position out, and you hold that position until you get to the next HVA or the next roller to get out of your position. It's very simple. Another setup this morning we went over yesterday, and I want to go over this morning, is an ATR retest. An ATR retest is very simple. An ATR, once you get moving average spread, now this wasn't big spread this morning, but you traders got on this. Once you get moving average spread, you want to buy the first test of the ATR. The first test, if it coincides with the first test of my 50-day moving average, then I like to buy it. If you look right there, it caught the low, big move up. If you look at yesterday, it was 2 for 2 yesterday. We caught the ATR long yesterday. Let's see if I marked these up yesterday or not. Yesterday morning, there we go. There's the ATR long there, and there's the ATR short. So caught both of them. Caught that big short yesterday, caught that big long in the morning. So, the ATR, the first test of the ATR, you can look for the J extension to fire, but just a beautiful trade. The 23 long, it almost got to 40 for us for another good trade. So we had 2 qualified trades this morning so far, one off of number 1 trade and then one off of the ATR. So really nice trade setups, to get to pop us in the trade early in the morning. Gerald, good, and go to gold real quick. I want to show something. If you look at gold, okay, yesterday, I predicted this low at 8:30 in the morning. Okay, how can you predict a low at 8:30 in the morning all the way down here when I tell you traders come back from 1:30 into 2:30 and try to get on some trades? That's where some volume trades are. How can you predict a low almost to the exact tick? Because the market was in an uptrend. Magenta was in an uptrend at 8:30 in the morning. I projected this buy right here because it was right at this level. So, this is a good level after 10 also. I said that's still a buy after 10 o'clock. I said 1396 is valid. It came all the way down from 1410. It fell all the way down, right, for 140 ticks and stopped at my exact level and took off. You have to project this stuff forward, guys and gals. And how you do it, my HVA called the high and my LVA called the low. All right, now we do have this hedge fund buy that worked out also. The first test of the hedge fund with trend, that's that green dash line we trade off of also. So in other words, this stuff is predictable way ahead of time. You know, unlike a lot of these traders that trade in and out, we have high probability trades that we know way ahead of time. I'm talking way ahead of time. So knowing that gives us the advantage over our trading opponents.